Once upon a time in the small town of Vengeful stood an old and imposing school building known as Greenwood Academy. With its tall gray stone walls and eerie atmosphere, the school seemed to hold secrets within its very foundations. Legends and tales circulated among the locals, warning them of the dark history that surrounded the academy. Greenwood Academy had a reputation for being haunted, but the townspeople never took the rumors seriously until strange occurrences started happening to the students. Every year, as summer drew to a close, a new group of unsuspecting students would enter the gates, unaware of the horrors that awaited them within the school's walls. The first signs of the school's dark influence emerged during the orientation night. The parents and students gathered in the Grand Assembly Hall, greeted by the headmaster Harrison. He was a stern man with piercing eyes and a voice that seemed to echo throughout the hall. He welcomed everyone but warned them of the school's macabre history, cautioning them to stay away from certain areas and to respect the school's ancient traditions. As the days turned into weeks, the students began to feel a presence lurking in the shadows. Whispers could be heard in the empty corridors, and the air grew colder with each passing day. Some students claimed to have seen ghostly apparitions, while others reported objects moving on their own. The school became a breeding ground for fear and unease, as even the bravest souls began to doubt their sanity. One night, a group of students decided to investigate the school's haunted reputation. Armed with flashlights and nerves of steel, they ventured into the forbidden areas. They entered the basement, where eerie sounds filled the air, echoing off the damp stone walls. Suddenly, one of the students let out a blood-curdling scream. The others rushed to his aid, only to find him paralyzed with terror, staring at a grotesque figure lurking in the shadows. Word of their encounter spread, and fear gripped the entire student body. Many chose to leave the school, transferring to other institutions. But for those who remained, the nightmare was far from over. As the months went by, the school's atmosphere grew increasingly sinister. The once vibrant students became pale and withdrawn, their eyes haunted by an unseen terror. Shadows danced on the walls, and the sound of footsteps echoed throughout the empty halls, even when no one was present. Nightmares plagued the students' sleep, blurring the lines between reality and the world of the supernatural. Then, one fateful night, a particularly brave student named Emily decided to confront the malevolent forces that plagued Greenwood Academy. Armed with ancient books of spells and incantations, she delved into the school's dark past. She discovered that the academy had been built upon an ancient burial ground, disturbing the restless spirits that dwelled beneath. Emily gathered a group of determined students and performed a ritual to banish the vengeful spirits. The school became a battleground between the living and the dead. The students fought with all their might, using the knowledge they had gained from the ancient books. Shadows writhed and twisted as the spirits fought back with a ferocity that matched their long-held anger. Finally, after an arduous struggle, the students managed to seal the spirits away once and for all. The school fell silent, and the air grew warm once again. The students, exhausted but victorious, celebrated their triumph over the supernatural forces that had plagued Greenwood Academy. From that day forward, the school became a place of hope and rebirth. Students filled the halls with laughter and joy, and the chilling tales of the past became mere whispers of distant memories. Greenwood Academy was no longer a place of darkness, but a symbol of resilience and bravery. However, the townspeople still remember the terrifying days when the school was haunted, and cautionary tales continue to be passed down from one generation to the next. As for Greenwood Academy, it stands as a reminder that even in the face of darkness, courage and unity can conquer the most horrifying of nightmares. Deep within the heart of the sleepy town of Blackwood, there stood a foreboding structure known as Blackwood Academy. The school, shrouded in mystery and whispered tales of horror, had long been a source of curiosity and fear among the town's residents. Its dark reputation, however, was more than mere hearsay. It was etched into the very fabric of the school itself. Blackwood Academy had a dark history tainted by a tragedy that occurred decades ago. The legend spoke of a malevolent entity that haunted the halls, preying on unsuspecting students and leaving a trail of terror in its wake. Year after year, a new batch of students would enter the school, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. As the leaves changed color and autumn descended upon Blackwood, a group of bright-eyed teenagers began their journey through the iron gates of Blackwood Academy. Among them was Sarah, a spirited and curious girl who had heard the whispers but remained undeterred. She was determined to uncover the truth behind the school's dark secrets. On her first day, Sarah noticed the somber atmosphere that hung in the air like a heavy fog. The students appeared weary, their faces etched with anxiety and fear. They exchanged hushed conversations about strange occurrences, doors slamming shut on their own, and unexplained whispers echoing through the empty hallways at night. Sarah's excitement turned to trepidation, but her curiosity burned brighter than her fear. In the dead of night, Sarah gathered a group of brave friends who shared her thirst for answers. Armed with flashlights and hearts pounding in their chests, they ventured into the forbidden depths of Blackwood Academy. The school seemed to come alive in the darkness, as if the very walls whispered secrets to one another. Their exploration led them to the school's basement, a place that exuded an oppressive chill. As they descended the creaking staircase, the air grew heavy with anticipation. Suddenly, a piercing scream erupted from one of the group members. They turned to find him rooted to the spot, his face pale as death, staring at an apparition before him. It was a ghostly figure, a specter of a tormented student from the past, forever trapped in the limbo between life and death. Terrified, the group fled back to their dormitories, but the encounter only fueled their determination to uncover the truth. They delved deeper into the school's history, unearthing a horrifying tale of a student who had been driven to madness by a malevolent force lurking within the academy's walls. The entity had consumed his soul, leaving a vengeful spirit intent on tormenting the school and its students for eternity. As the weeks passed, the haunting escalated. Shadows danced eerily across the walls, voices whispered in the silence, and students reported waking up with unexplained bruises and scratches. The once united group of friends began to fray, paranoia and fear gnawing at their bonds. Sarah, unwilling to succumb to the terror, sought the guidance of the school's librarian, an old and wise man who had served the academy for decades. He revealed a long-forgotten ritual that might bring an end to the haunting. With trembling hands, Sarah and her remaining friends gathered the necessary ingredients and prepared to face the malevolent entity head-on. In the dead of night, beneath the pale moonlight, the group performed the ancient ritual within the depths of the school's chapel. The air crackled with energy as they chanted incantations, calling upon the spirits to banish the entity that had plagued Blackwood Academy for far too long. A tempest of supernatural forces raged around them, threatening to tear them apart, but their resolve held firm. In a blinding flash of light, the malevolent entity was cast out, banished to the dark recesses from whence it came. The school fell silent, as if a heavy weight had been lifted from its weary shoulders. Sarah and her friends emerged victorious, the school finally free from its terrifying curse. Blackwood Academy, now a sanctuary of learning and hope, began to heal from the scars of its past. The students, once again filled with joy and laughter, dared to dream of a future untouched by the horrors that once haunted their every step. Yet, the legend of Blackwood Academy lives on in the whispers of the town's residents. The cautionary tales continue to echo through generations, a reminder that darkness can lurk in the most unexpected places. And as night falls over Blackwood, one can't help but wonder if the spirits of the past truly lie dormant, or if they patiently wait for their next chance to unleash their malevolence once again.